Gypsy has not been around children, and those children she's been around, she wanted to push their eyeballs in the back of their head. Remember that? Guys, how you doing? This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am. You're not. What are you gonna do about it, huh? How you guys doing? Please like, subscribe, and share. Trying to get to 20,000 by the end of May. You know, birthday for me. So that would be an awesome thing for me. Awesome for me. Guys, how you doing? I had some corned beef hash earlier with an egg on top. All me. So let's talk about Gypsy. Hooey. Let's talk about her. Guys, the audacity of her. Let's stop and think. Stop. Hold the phones. Stop in the name of love. Listen, stop in the name of insanity. Who would have thought Gypsy Rose would be a good mom? Let's figure this out. Hold the phones. Ah! Here's somebody that supposedly was never really around babies, right? She's a more or less she was brought up as a single child. Even though she had siblings off to the side, a little peripheral action there, if you will. But more or less, it was her and her mom. She supposedly said her mom was a lousy mom. We know better than that because Gypsy's a liar. When her mouth moves, she lying, pants on fire. Yeah, guys, that's the truth, right? But if we're to believe Gypsy Ahoy's story, she was brought up by a horrible mom and all this rotten stuff. So if that's the only mom she knows and that's the way she was brought up, and from there she went to, let's prisons. Can you, prison, where I guess she learned how to be a great mom there, who to what to say, because that's the place where you raise children. I'm sure they had a great daycare there. Come on. And she must have hung out with all the girls who had the babies. Because can't you just see her doing that? Just hanging out with all the girls with the babies over there in the maternity wing and come on, guys, seriously, the new mommy's wing. Guys, she learned nothing. It took her 5 years or 8 years or whatever it was for her to get her fucking GED. Let's be honest with ourselves here. She didn't take any courses when she got out. She didn't take any courses about how to be a good mom when she found out she was pregnant. She has done nothing to better herself to be a good mom, to know not to blow in the baby's face, to know not to take a sanitary wipe and actually wipe it off the pacifier so that then you stick the pacifier in the baby's mouth. The kids are very sensitive to everything at this age. They haven't tasted anything. There's allergies that babies have. You know, you have to have common sense and you have to really care. Gypsy, do you know not to give a baby honey? Do you know that you should, put in a little bit of what you're trying to give a baby for the very first time into the spoon, then take it off the spoon, take most of it off of the spoon so that there's only very little film of what you just had on the spoon. That's how you let the baby try that. Make sure that there's no allergic reaction before you go ahead and give the baby something a full teaspoon of. You always try things out. It's suspicious that Christy didn't know what to put the baby's bottle on and that Gypsy didn't share that with her, as I said in a video before. If supposedly Lolly, isn't that what Christy calls herself in regards to what the baby thinks of her as, a big ass lollipop or a lolly? I don't care. I mean, we all have our nicknames and stuff like that. But if this is a child that you've spent time with and the baby's supposedly already around 3 months old, is it now? Then why don't you know how to do a bottle? Why do you have to ask Gypsy Ahoy what she puts the bottle on and then get that stupid ass remark of something that's going to burn the kid and you're just going along with it? These at-home videos that are showing Gypsy being a mom just shows us how once again she failed at not doing something. You're a first-time mom. Ken's a first-time dad. Why do you think you guys have this under control so much? Is it because they're supervised and only supervised visits? Is that the case? Because let's be honest, how do you know how to be a mom? It's clear that Gypsy does not know how to be a mom at this very moment because of the way she's made one mistake after another mistake after another mistake after another mistake. And that's the way it's come about. But instead of just saying, oh shit, let me learn something here and let me take some courses because shit, I don't know it all. Like, what happened? What happened that we're just allowing? I mean, listen, it's anybody, to be honest with you. It's anybody. I mean, look at the way people are discarding their children out here, people with a lot less money and a lot less family. But like, you need a license to drive and you need a license to fish, but anybody can have a child. And I'm not saying that we should turn into anything, that we should be deciding who has children or not, but this is clearly not okay. Gypsy has shown us on camera how uncomfortable or how it doesn't fit. It just, the puzzle doesn't fit with her being a mom. The way she takes care of the child, the way you belong to me. Is that like the song, You Belong to Me, You Belong to Me? Is that the song? I got the last part wrong, but You Belong to Me. Isn't that like a Carly Simon or something like that? I think so, right? But guys, that's not what Gypsy was saying. Gypsy almost looked like she had horns coming out of her head when she was like, You belong to me. Seriously, guys. Gypsy and Ken just don't look good. They just don't look good. And as far as, not even as a couple, guys, they're just, it's so bad. It's so bad. But the fact that she has the audacity to get upset with people that have deep concern about the way she mothers her child, and the fact that she has had plenty of time. She's always wanted a baby. That's the part that gets me. If you always want a baby and it's because you want to love and nurture that baby, why wouldn't you take courses to help you be a better mom? Especially if you aren't an aunt or anything to anybody around you. If you haven't had friends that have had children, you have clearly not been around children. Gypsy has not been around children, and those children she's been around, she wanted to push their eyeballs in the back of their head. Remember that? And pull somebody's hair. Remember that? So come on, Gypsy hasn't done anything that shows us that she knows how to even nurture a child, or even that she has that instinct in her to nurture a child. So when somebody like Case says, hey, I have deep concerns about this baby, it's legitimate. It's legitimate, guys. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Isn't that the truth about Gypsy? Where would she have learned how to be a good mom? Which courses would she have taken? Because first-time parents are very concerned about doing the right thing when it comes to their child. Like, they take them to the doctors the first time the baby coughs, the first time the baby has a problem, like pooping, the strain on their face, all of that the first time, yes? None of that with Gypsy, right? None of that with Gypsy. And yet she has confidence. She hasn't been around. Which children has she been around? Rachel Garlick's kids are the only kids that I think that she's been around, and that was during visiting, right? Excuse me, I don't know if she was able to hold the child or anything, but Rachel Garlick, who didn't even have custody of her own children at the time that she knew them. So come on. Guys, this is what I'm saying. There is nothing. Gypsy had that kangaroo pouch thing with the baby pressed up against her chest. That the baby's head should be here. If you look at how to use that, the baby's head should have been here. Okay, not pushed up against her chest. She shouldn't be blowing into the baby's face to get the baby to stop crying. She shouldn't be pushing the baby's head like she did. Nina did a great video, pushing the baby's head and having the head bounce back. You don't do that. You don't look at a child and say, you belong to me. Not, I mean, that one, okay, I guess if it was anybody other than Gypsy, it's just that Gypsy just, you would think, if this is what you've wanted your whole life, think about that. Your whole life, you've wanted to have a baby, yet you have done nothing to learn how to be a good mom because you're lazy. You're lazy. You have no, dare I say it, follow through. Guys, tell me what you think. Seriously, tell me what you think. Why would she think that she has this without any issue? Why isn't there any concern, like real concerns from her? You know what I'm saying? Uh, Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. You're not. Be better today than you were yesterday. Please like, subscribe, and share. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Let's do it again. Please like, subscribe, and share. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Try to be kind, but don't let anybody use you as a doormat. Establish your boundaries. Be sure of yourself. Thanks, guys.